Happy Sunday, it's me. Nobody's here at my open house, so I figured I'd capitalize on the situation. I was thinking about when you're looking to buy real estate as a home buyer, right? That's not really for investors, but some investors do buy new. But anyway, and you see one house that's like this house, right? I have a 4-bedroom, 2 full bath, 3-car garage home. That's approximately 2,040 square feet. The guest room has double sinks. The master is a good sized master on the back of the house, okay, overlooking the yard. The yard's a good size, a wider street, open kitchen, 25-year shingle, just like the rest of the homes. And I'm listed now. Now, of course, builders don't go by square foot, but when you study enough, you can say, okay, well, I see these homes are selling for this, and what do they have to offer, and what's their price per square foot? Okay. Anyway, you can determine a fair value for a home. Okay, so I have this house that I've listed. It was built in 2008, the one I'm at right now, and we're at about $117 a square foot. The low-end homes in the neighborhood are selling for about $110 a square foot, similar, maybe a little bit dated, not big, not as big yard, maybe not quite as nice. And sometimes people just sell cheaper because they're more motivated. Okay, so when I was looking, just updating the information, because I think it's important to give facts to the buyers and the sellers. Okay, so if in this neighborhood, the average is about $112 to $115 a square foot for a similar home, right? Similar age, similar size. Average. Okay, now of course we have to evaluate the features and the location and et cetera and so on. Okay, but then, for example, with this home, I wanted people to understand that in the neighborhood you're going to buy the same home, 2,000, maybe 2,009 square feet. This one's 2,000 and, like I said, 40 square feet. You're going to buy the same size home, similar features. Of course, it's going to be the newer and the cooler thing that we like. I mean, style-wise, it would be more of what I like, the darker cabinets, and they probably have the silestone or composite in the bathrooms that looks a little nicer. Maybe some little more upgrades like the wood tile floors and maybe some handles and fixtures on the cabinets, So sometimes, they have some of these upgrades, right? Brazelton, I don't believe, usually has granite in the bathrooms. Now, the kitchen, yes. Okay, and of course the kitchens may vary. The kitchens might be bigger and have a bigger island and more storage. Okay, so once again, you don't just go across the board this price per square foot. But once again, you've got the same size home, if not a little bit smaller, selling for, this house is listed at $239, okay? But I know that the comparable size homes that were new still have a 25-year shingle, sold for $278 and $282 a square foot. So that's 40 grand more. So I'm not saying buying a new house isn't good. You have that 1-year, warranty, you have foundation warranty, you have roof warranties, although they don't cover if you don't water your foundation. That's for defects. And you have the builder warranty to come out and tinker with little odds and ends that might need some adjusting after you move in, okay? So you have that already. But let's say, and of course I'm marketing my property right now, but I'm evaluating it because I don't really care about just wanting to sell it and say whatever I need to say to sell it. I just want to know, here's the facts. When I sell this house, this is what you're getting, okay? You're getting a home that's not quite 10 years younger. The roof's got a half-life. It's a similar type roof. So you don't have granite in the bathrooms or composite. You can stain your cabinets. So let's say we want to put composite sinks in our bathrooms and maybe stain our cabinets a little bit darker, make it a little cooler. Maybe put in the wood tile flooring in the guest rooms or extend the laminate flooring. Okay, I think, we're not going to do the wood tile throughout because we don't have that. But so let's take $5 grand off. But let's say we spend 10 to 15 grand, get a new roof, do some cosmetic stuff, 15, maybe 20 grand to make this house with a new roof and everything else like the new one. I've still saved 20 grand. So, and the new house still needs landscaping, and all that stuff. Like in this house, people are saying, they're concerned about cabinet space and counter space. And I'm thinking, well, there's so much room This is a huge counter. There's a pantry. There's more enough room to prep, okay? And then over here by the window, I'm like, well, put in a hutch, like put in, there's just so much potential. And so I'm just trying to reason with myself and be like, okay, well, what's the value? Why do I want to spend, let's say I'm willing to spend the money on this house to upgrade at 20 grand, I'm still saving 20 grand. So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy the new home. I'm simply wrestling out myself, not that I'm confused or unsure, but because I'm thinking, okay, well, why would I buy the same size home for just some makeup? That's a lot of makeup. So something to think about when you buy your homes, like, man, this house sure is flashy and pretty, but do I want to spend another 20, 40 grand when I can just spend maybe 5 to 10 to make it similar, So it's just something I'm thinking about today. And sometimes people will get emotional and get all wrapped up, like, like, let's say you want to buy a purse, you can spend a couple grand or on a Louis Vuitton, but maybe you go buy another, I don't know, 9 West or whatever for a few hundred, and it's still just as functional. Are you less than, or is it not good? No, but hey, if you can afford the Louis Vuitton, go for it. But, if you don't really have to, and you don't, you can really get what you need for a fraction of the price. I'm kind of frugal, so that's my thing. So anyway, you guys didn't come over. That's okay. I had several people show up, and my daughters were here to keep me company, so I forgive you. Okay, bye.